Jesus, week of training, San Diego in the horizon. What's the feel like today in training, and what are your expectations of San Diego?
Yeah, I think the group that we have right now is hungry. I think that we all know how devastated we were from last game, or how we performed last game. I think we could have done a lot better. Um, but that's this league. We know that we can't win every away game, and we know how difficult it is to win an away game. And so, taking the point on the road, we'll take that. And so now the group is kind of trying to figure out a way to bounce back, especially at home. We know how important games at home are, because every point matters, especially if you want to stay in a race for anything in this league. And so the group of guys is happy, it's excited, playing at home. And we always know San Diego as a team that has a lot of confidence, they want to play out the back, they want to break you down, and they have talented players, and so we can never take them lightly. They're coming here, and we know how difficult it is to play at our home, and so we have to match the intensity, show them that it's not going to be an easy game, show them that we are here to take the 3 points, and have confidence in ourselves that we can have a good game here.
You just came from a individually pretty good game statistically against Kansas City, playing that 10 position. When we talked to Albert, he kind of mentioned that although both of you guys probably play pretty good at the 10, or fit good at the 10, both of you guys can play together, and some of the biggest games that the team has had is with both of you guys on the field. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, I think he's 100% spot on. I think that at first I came here as a 9 and being a post scorer, and then they saw me playing a little bit more behind, and then essentially kind of found my spot on the right side. But playing on the right side is very different than playing in the middle or playing as a 10. I think as a 10, especially here when you have players in the back that can protect you, you can have a little bit of freedom to kind of roam around and find the ball and find the game. And so as a winger, it's kind of a little bit more difficult, but it's difficult for the other team, for the opposition team, where you have 2 10s in the pockets and we build a square, and the left back, right back don't know exactly who to go to, if it's to an outside back or to the 10. And so it kind of creates a challenge. And I think what he said was spot on, is most of the biggest games that we played, CONCACAF and these we were both on the field, and so it gives a little bit of a different picture. But again, we're both pretty good at doing similar jobs.
This is the final stretch of the pre-World Cup portion of the season. Do you have to fight the urge of sort of looking forward to this as a block of games, or are you guys sort of embracing the idea that you have this block of games?
I think this season has been a challenge from the beginning. I think knowing that we weren't going to play at home for 4 or 5 weeks, knowing that we're going to play 7 away games, especially even our home games were away. We knew that it was going to be difficult, and so I think that we should be happy with the performance that we have and the position that we are on the table. Looking at the challenges that we had injury, we had away games, and we've gotten a lot of important points away. And so if you look back, we did a pretty good job. And so for now, we have to take advantage of 3 important games that we have at home, and there are opponents that are right around us. And so we got LAFC, San Jose, and so they're right above us. And so playing them at home is going to give us a boost of confidence, especially with our fans. And I think that's going to be important points that hopefully we can get all 3 points and climb up and the break in a really good position. I think we have 2 games below everybody, and so that's 6 points right there. And so that will put us at, I think right now will put us at 26. And so we're in a good position, and we just have to look forward to those 3 games, because those are really, really big important games.
San Diego's in a similar spot as Kansas City, where they're not playing well, but at the same time, like you said, there's a good team. Is it kind of watching out for that, not necessarily a trap game, but kind of watching out for a team that's not doing well, but then could catch you like Kansas City did?
I think every game it's something like that. You never know who you're gonna get. It might be in soccer, it might be your day, or it might not be your day. And so we take every team as I said, if it's a final, because we know how important points are, and they're still a great team. No matter what the point system says or what the stands say, they're still a great team, well coached, and the players that they have individually, they are really good players. And so if you look at some of their games, they're still building out, they're staying with their DNA of we're gonna build out the bag, we're going to attack, and they have really good attackers. And so they come here. We know how difficult it was, the games that we played last year, the game away where they really took it to us, and at home I think it was only 1-0. And so taking those games and watching their film this year, and they're still a really good team, and so we have to watch out for any individual work, any DNA, and still show them the respect that they deserve, because that's the team that we are. We are a team that no matter who's in front of us, we're going to play the same way, the same style, and try to get the 3 points.
So you guys are going to have a pretty big break now. How are you going to keep the same physical levels, the same competitive levels? Are you going to have like another mini preseason, or are you just going to try to maintain the levels?
That's a question for the staff. I don't know. I think that obviously everybody is thinking about the games that we have right now, and that's our priority and our focus. I think once we get closer to those dates, I think they'll have a plan for us, and we'll execute the plan. Obviously, it's also a time to relax, enjoy the World Cup. I think that something amazing that's happening, especially here in our country, and so kind of getting to see some of those games is going to be important.
How have you kind of, I don't know, come to terms maybe with being out of that World Cup pool for the U.S. team? I mean, obviously this is a different state or a different point for you last in 2022. Sorry. How have you kind of?
Yeah, no, I think in this sport anything can happen. So for me, I'm just gonna still play my games, play the way that I'm playing, and keep grinding. Anything can happen, but at the same time, we have to be realistic. And like you said, I think towards the end of this is probably the last chance, and so I'm happy with myself. It's not like I'm beating myself up because I didn't make it or anything like that. I'm happy with myself. I'm happy where I'm at. And there's gonna be other World Cups, and so for me, it's just how do I bounce back to grind for those spots. And obviously for me, it's a little bit harder because the first time that I had a chance to be in a national team camp, I was injured, and so that was the time maybe to show what I had, and things could have been different if I was healthy. And so it's just no regret at the end of the day. I think I'm happy with myself, and I'm happy with what I'm doing here. And if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Those are things that not a lot of people can do it. Make a World Cup roster. But I'm excited for it to be here. I'm excited to support the guys. It's something amazing. It's not often that you say that you played at home a World Cup, and so for me to support, it's great.
Is it easy to support Christian though in this process? And I know he's on a bubble player right now, but is it easy to support his process?
Yeah, I think obviously if you have any of your teammates in a World Cup roster or any national team roster, if it's youth or the senior, you want to support them because you want to make sure that they're doing well. At the end of the day, that's kind of the ultimate goal for players, is to make the national team and represent your country at any stage, if that's a World Cup or a CONCACAF or a U20 World Cup or any stage. And so, thankfully we have a team that, has a lot of players in the national team. We got a lot of players in the youth, we got a lot of players in the senior. And so for me, it's just being able to be there and support and see that.
Here's a couple of off the field questions. We saw you guys doing there a little drill with goalkeeping and heading. Who's the best non-goalkeeper in your opinion?
I didn't see much, but probably Alex. I've heard that he's been in the real game, so I'm just gonna say that. I'm just gonna go with that.
And I remember you saying earlier this year that you like basketball today. The Storm, they're going to be playing to start their season.
Nice.
Any chance that maybe you go check out the game?
I don't know. Maybe. I'm starting to pick up different sports here in Seattle. I think that last year was a little bit of a weird year where I wanted to go places, but I didn't really know. And I think this year I know a lot more people, and so I think that's something that I am gonna for sure do. Go to Storm games, hockey games, and kind of just get more in the city vibe, maybe become a little bit more Seattle, and supporting the teams, getting jerseys, and so I'm excited. Good luck to them.
Thanks, guys.